Alright guys, Alfred King here again. Got an update on my Slash 4x4. Did a run recently, and something that with the MIP drive shafts that I've just figured out, you can kind of see the grub screws right there. If it'll focus, there's a little bit of red Loctite still on them, still around them. I redid the Loctite on them because when I was doing a run 2 days ago, and I rolled it over on its side and was trying to flip it back over, so I was just messing with the throttle and had to turn, and the screws had backed out and it was turning on the outdrive. The tire was, the axle was turning on the outdrive, and so it the drive shaft actually come off of the outdrive, and I was in 3-wheel drive, so I come back and redid all the Loctite. It was a little fix, and that's nothing major. But with my over tray, with running the 2.8 inch Proline trenchers, it doesn't want, I was trying to use Velcro right here. You can kind of see the Velcro. I was trying to use Velcro on the back to keep it in place because they J Concepts only sends 2 pieces, and I put them right here on the front, right there. Well, that doesn't really work for me. So what I did is I bought a battery expansion kit for this because I thought the 8-cell battery right here was going to need it. Well, it turns out it didn't, and so I took out the long post and had it laying around, and when I got the over tray, I got to thinking, and I was like, well, I need a way to hold it down in the back. So I replaced the screw that holds down the gear cover with that post, and when I put the over tray on, it's going to be a little hard to do with one hand. Right here, you can see right there, I'm drilled a hole in the over tray, and now it comes through, and I just put my body pin in, one of the 90-degree bent body pins, and that keeps it in place on the back now. Now it can't come off on the back. The Velcro holds it down on the front, and it keeps a lot of dirt out. Well, another thing I did is I seen it online. I don't remember whose video it was, but somebody vented their over tray, and the over tray does increase temperatures a little bit. So he took his and vented it like that, and well, that lets dirt in. So what he did is took some old pantyhose and put over the vent to keep the dirt and stuff from going in. It's breathable, but it keeps out a lot of the big dirt particles and stuff. So I did the same thing, and it works perfectly. It keeps all the dirt and mud out. You can see where I was running it the other day. And got a little mud on it. It's cleaned off better now than it was before. I'm about to have to redo the shock limiters. I'm going to have to add a little bit more to them because it's still scraping a little bit. I guess where I was just where it's wearing them down, and getting it to where it's actually going to be, because the end of these, the big round part was flared up when I put them on, and I guess now it's with the contour of the bottom of the shock, and so they wore down and now they rub a little bit. So I got some more over here. This is what they look like, and I just take the center post out and put the silver part in a vise, and I like to cut across that line right there, but you can cut it at different lengths if you want to. And the custom cut Pro trenchers grab really well. I was running it it was a wet area. There was a little bit of water, a little bit of mud, some tall grass, and then it plowed right through it, and everything worked fine on it. No breakage. I mean, just the little drive shaft malfunction is the only thing I had go wrong. And the Offna lock lube is the real deal. I mean, that's some thick stuff. I mean, I love it. It gives you like a true limited slip action. It's not completely open, but it's not completely locked. So it's not as rough on drive shafts, but it's still really, really good for traction. And you don't get a lot of the 2-wheel pull if you say you come up sideways like that, and then these tires just start ballooning and you lose complete power to both of these tires. You still have power to these tires when that happens, and it's a big benefit. I broke an A-arm the other day running, and that's why I have RPM A-arms up front and I have the stock ones in the back. I need to buy another set of RPMs. But what had happened is I had too short of a screw in the bottom shock eyelet. I had too short of a screw going into the A-arm, and I hit a tire on a van running about 25 mile an hour at an angle, and it ripped the screw out of the A-arm. Didn't take too long to fix. I replaced it because I got a ton of hardware. You can see all the screws I got there, and then all the screws I got here. I got plenty of screws and everything. But this feedback question I'm about to ask you, I've kind of already made up my mind, but I'm looking at Axial's rigs, and I want to get into crawling, and I'm really thinking about getting either the Jeep Wrangler SCX-10 or the Axial Ridgecrest, and I want to do some trailing and stuff, and that's why I'm leaning towards the SCX-10. But then I got to thinking, you can trail with a rock crawler. I've seen it done a lot. People take wraiths and trick them out and take them on trails and stuff. They work just fine. You can trail with a rock crawler, but you can't rock crawl as well as a full-on rock crawler with a scaler. And so that's why I'm thinking getting the Ridgecrest. And so this is the feedback question. Which do you think's a better rig? And I like the wider axles, the AR60 axles with the removable diff covers and everything. It's easier to access the axles. You ain't got to take them completely apart. And so that's my feedback question is SCX-10 Jeep Wrangler or Ridgecrest AX-10. I'll leave that up to y'all. Off-Road King signing off. I'll see y'all later.